So many of you guys have been hitting me up regarding Kim Kardashian announcing that she is going to be the brand ambassador of Balenciaga. So just in case you did not follow the story back when it happened in 2022, I'll offer a brief refresher because it's extremely relevant and there is a reason why the public is outraged by her decision. So back in 2022, Balenciaga launched a campaign, and it was, I don't even want to say disturbing because it's so beyond that. Essentially, they used children and they dressed them up in BDSM gear. They were holding BDSM teddy bears and leather, the studs. The images were incredibly disturbing. And of course, if you're a person and you follow the logic that when it's art, you just have to allow artists to do whatever they want, they could have maybe defended the weird BDSM bears. But then there came another image, and there were papers that were thrown all over the floor in the campaign. And the papers were actually United States Supreme Court documents regarding child pornography laws. So what it felt like, which was an exploration into child pornography and BDSM, is what was virtually confirmed when they dropped these documents on the floor. It was in your face. Ha ha. We are now saying that we are celebrating this Supreme Court decision, which actually made child pornography easier, the creation of child pornography easier. Not going to unpack that case right here. But obviously, this was explosive. And at the time, Kim Kardashian, who was close friends with Balenciaga director Demna, she was wearing all of their clothes. She was supporting their new collection, was asked to respond to this as one of the brand ambassadors. And rather than respond, she tried to say nothing and allow the Thanksgiving holiday to take place. I mean, it took her, if I remember correctly, about 5 days to even issue a statement condemning child pornography. It was an absolute outrage. And what wound up happening thereafter was she gave a very soft statement saying that she was very shocked by the images and was, quote unquote, reevaluating her relationship with the brand. Didn't really say much thereafter, but then went onto a podcast, IRL podcast, and tried to defend her non-response to it. Take a listen.
Or like even with the Balenciaga thing, it was like, everyone was like, why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you speaking out? And I'm like, wait, I'm not in this campaign. I don't know what's happening. Let me take a minute to research this. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as I saw what everyone was seeing on the internet and the reality of the situation, I completely spoke out and gave my thoughts on child porn and completely denounced it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're just mad that if you don't cancel someone in today's society, then it's just can't, I know people talk about cancel culture and how crazy it is,
yeah.
But it's still happening. And so it's never been my place.
Yeah.
Now, I know that a lot of people who follow Kim Kardashian are not the brightest bulbs in our society. So maybe they took that at face value and went, yeah, no, I totally get what she's saying. It took her days to research the campaign, even though, again, these are her best friends in fashion. She could have just texted them and seen what happened. And honestly, the reason why she didn't condemn child pornography and pedophilia as a campaign artistic pitch is because she doesn't condone cancel culture. Hey, so let me say something about cancel culture. I'm really comfortable with canceling pedophiles. I'm so comfortable with that. Anybody who wants to even take one step in that direction, cancel them. I'm comfortable. Actually, I would like to use a lot stronger language of what I think should happen to pedophiles, but it probably wouldn't be allowed to stay on YouTube. But this is what it is. She's kind of slow walking this and making you think, oh, you're the one that's crazy, because why should we just cancel people that support child pornography? That's the marketing trick that she's trying to play, to make you think that you're the crazy person, right? So recently, Kim Kardashian, obviously, she was never going to cancel Balenciaga. She was always going to be the ambassador for their campaign. She just wanted to wait a little bit. Well, she waited 1 year, credit to her. And now she is full out there bragging that she is their new ambassador and that she owns 129 Balenciaga purses. About $400,000 is what her handbag Balenciaga collection costs. And she's laying on top of the bags in her closet. And of course, people are going, are you kidding me? Like, is this not one category where Kim could have some backbone, where she could have some morals? And to people that are asking me my take on this, why are you surprised? Listen, one of the things on my show that I want to always reserve the right for is to be able to call water wet. Right? To use an expression, like I always want to be able to call things what they actually are. And sometimes people say, that's really mean. It's not nice, Candace, when you refer to Kim Kardashian as a prostitute, when all of the evidence supports that exact claim. I call her a prostitute not to be mean, but because words have meaning and we should use them adequately. We should use them in their correct terms, right? A prostitute is somebody who sells their body for profit. Ray J, her ex-boyfriend, announced, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, that yes, him and Kim, his girlfriend at the time, and Kris Jenner sat down and plotted the sex tape. They created pornography. They had sex on camera because it was their plan to make Kim Kardashian famous, okay? Do you know how bottom rung you have to be to sell your own body, pretend that you're shocked when the tape releases, and to do a deal with a pornographer, all while saying that you are a victim simply because you want to be famous? Just to be clear, if Kim wasn't famous, she would just be rich. That was enough for her. She came from a very wealthy family, right? She grew up very well, but Kim said, I desperately want to be famous, and so she did a deal with the devil, okay? Kim Kardashian quite literally sold her soul for fame. Doesn't mean that she's not a nice girl, by the way. I don't think that I hate Kim Kardashian. I don't. I just want to be able to call a spade, a prostitute, and that's exactly what Kim Kardashian is. So if you're shocked that a prostitute suddenly does not have the moral compass inside of her to say, no, actually, I would like to draw a line when it comes to child pornography, it's because you haven't been paying attention. Kim Kardashian is a part of a broader infection that we are facing in our society. I would like to be an antidote. Consider me an antibody, right? You don't say to somebody who's trying to fight the infection, hey, be a little nicer, okay? It is because of Kim Kardashian that we have this culture of women that have no morals, right? Some women who similarly, just for a chance to sit next to Demna and to be invited front stage, front row at a Balenciaga show, would do that. They would say, yes, I'm totally fine with child pornography. Where do I sign up? Well, we're facing that epidemic because we have people who are fearful to look at a woman like her and to call her what she is because she has money and because she has power. No, it's 2024. Let's have the courage to call prostitutes, prostitutes. Let's have the courage to call hoes, hoes. Let's have the courage to recognize that someone like Kim Kardashian would do and say absolutely anything to maintain the level of fame that she has achieved. That's the truth. That's my take. Don't be surprised.